Hi guys, it's Sheila Shimmers and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be trying out the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I have wanted to get my hands on this for so long, but it was pretty expensive, so I definitely took my time on purchasing this, but I was looking for more of like a dewy foundation. All the foundations that I have are more on the matte side and full coverage, and I wanted something a little bit more dewy, a little bit like medium to full coverage, just for the summer so my skin could breathe a little bit. I also feel like my skin is a lot clearer, so I feel much more confident just wearing less foundation. So for this reason I decided to go and purchase this one. The reason I purchased this one was because I went with the NARS Sheer Glow before this one, and I tried it once and I just hated it. For some reason it wouldn't just stick to my skin, it blended out really badly and it showed all my dryness and just it was horrible. So I returned it and decided to get this one. So first impressions, I don't think this little box, I felt like for $65 I could have done a lot better than this. I don't know, it's because the one I got is like, I don't know, it has little, it's like folded on the bottom, kind of breaking, and it's just like, if I want to receive my luxurious foundation, I want it to be fancy, and I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But when you get it out of this little container, which actually, now that I think about it, doesn't really matter because I'm just going to throw it away. The foundation looks like this. So this is how the foundation looks like. This Luminous Silk Foundation by Giorgio Armani. So I am MAC NC25 and I am in NARS. I'm in shade Stromboli. So they matched me to the shade 6. But I saw that there was an olive undertone and there's nothing olive about me. So I just went with the next shade over. I took 6.25, so that's the one I'll be using today. So I love that they put the little Giorgio Armani logo right here. It makes it pop a little bit. I love also how simple they kept the packaging. There's not much to it. There's just a name, their name brand, and the little logo. I do feel like I was expecting the plastic cap to be just a little bit more than this because, like I said, I paid $65 for this product. I want it to be all that it can be. The actual bottle is like that soft glass, which I really like. I absolutely enjoy when brands use that. But the thing is, as soon as you drop this, you know it's kind of gonna break. So I don't know how I feel about that, but it does makes it feel a lot more expensive, and it's just really easy to touch. When you open it, it actually has a pump, and I love this because I hate when foundations make you buy an extra pump. Like, that's just ridiculous to me. I know MAC does that. NARS does that. There's so many brands that do that and I just don't understand it. So it retails for $64. It brings 1 fluid ounce, and I'm just going to read you guys the claims so we can test it out. It says it's lightweight liquid foundations that delivers buildable coverage and a long-lasting hydrating glow with a luminous natural finish. So I don't think it's meant to be dewy. I just mean they just say a natural finish, which I like. I don't like looking dewy, but lately I have been of like a dewy kind of mood, so I don't know. It says it has a microfill technology that provides us translucent radiance and flawless finish. So we're gonna go ahead and try this baby out. So I think what I'm gonna be doing is applying half of my face with a brush and half of my face with a sponge. I am gonna prime just because I always prime. I don't like getting out of my house without primer because I'm set on my ways. So that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna be using the Tarte primer. This one is this Timeless Smoothing Primer. And I'm just gonna be putting this under my eyes and on my cheeks. I'm not gonna do my whole face. So you're definitely gonna be able to see how it looks like without primer. So this week I found my IT Cosmetics flat kabuki and I forgot how much I love this brush. This one is a number 110. It's just a flat kabuki. It's from IT Cosmetics, but it is so good. So I'm just going to be applying, I would say like half a pump, maybe 1 pump. I would say 1 pump of this product, and I'm just going to be going in with it. I really hope that actually, this is a good match. So first impression, it is very lightweight, like they said. It's kind of very runny, but I really like how this is applying. As far as coverage, it's not giving me much coverage. I mean, you can still see my 2 pimples right there, but it does look very just natural. The shade might be a little golden for me, but once it dries, you guys will see that it's gonna match me pretty well. So that was kind of a full pump right there, and I feel like we got nowhere. So I'm just applying a little bit more on my forehead and my nose. So we're gonna see. You can see the difference in color, but not much in coverage, but the finish looks so nice. That's the thing that I'm like really surprised with. But I could definitely keep building that, if that makes any sense. So it's kind of 2 full pumps. I'm just gonna come closer. It's looking pretty good. So far, really surprised, but I do want to keep building it and see how that turns out. I'm hoping that the sponge side gives me a little bit more coverage, because if not, I'm going to be using all my product. That's just how I feel. So I'm going in with 1 full pump right here, and I'm just going to start applying them. Out of the bat, way more coverage than the brush side, definitely. This is a foundation that if you don't have a lot of texture, if you don't have any acne, you're gonna love this because it really looks very natural. I absolutely love the finish of this, and actually I wouldn't even mind using this like this, but for some days that I want like full coverage, I don't think that I would reach for this foundation. But it's such a great like alternative for a matte. I don't want to be wearing a full coverage matte foundation during the summer. That's just not who I want to be this summer. So as you can see, it's not like super glowy or super dewy, but it does make your skin have like kind of this like radiance to it, which I really like. I think I'm gonna go in with 1 pump on each side, and we're gonna build this up. So I don't see a big difference between the sponge side and the brush side. The only difference I see is in coverage, but as far as finish, I think they're both looking the same, and I'm really liking that. So that's 2 full pumps. You can still see some of my hyperpigmentation right there, and all my little pimples. So I don't know if I love that, but we can definitely just cover that with a little bit of concealer. Really like how it glides on with the brush. I'm not really trying hard. I mean, this brush really does the work for you, so there's also that. Alright guys, so I think I'm going to stop right there. I really like how it's looking. You can see that the orangeness of the foundation kind of like settled a little bit, and it's going to settle even more once I put the concealer. It's going to match my neck. But I am really liking the finish of this. I do feel like it's very natural, and you can still see kind of some of my blemishes, but I don't mind that at all. I mean, I don't think it really looks bad. I feel like the foundation still feels really lightweight. I did apply a lot of it. I'm just going to say that. I think I applied 4 or 5 pumps, so that's a lot for just one wear. So that's something that you have to consider if you want to spend this much money, and if you have kind of like my same skin type and my same skin problems, you know you're going to end up using a lot of this foundation, and for the price of it, I would probably just use it for special occasions. But I am definitely loving this so far. I can't say enough about it because I just put it on, but so far, so good. So I'm going to be applying a little bit of concealer. I'm not going to set my face, but I am going to set it under my eyes just because I don't want my concealer to crease. I'm using the Jouer concealer. This one is in the shade Creme Brulee, and this one is their Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer. It's supposed to be matte, creaseless, and what I love about this is that it has hyaluronic acid. So if you haven't tried it out, I definitely would do that. I do have a video on it. I was reviewing it, so I'm going to try to link it up top. So I'm just going to be applying this under my eyes. That's as far as I'm going to go with concealer. And I'm going to be blending both sides with a sponge. So that blended out super easy on top of the foundation. Really liking this side. So let's go over to the other. Before I set this, I really want to come closer and show you guys the finish. I don't feel like this is accentuating any texture on my skin. I'm going to show you my problem areas, and maybe you can like see if you can see it better. I definitely have a lot of texture right here and on my forehead and right here. And I would say right here under my nose. If I keep going, I'm just going to mention my whole face, but that's really where I have like the worst of my texture and my like small pimples. But I'm not seeing that this is like bringing that out whatsoever. I really love this finish. I feel like I have a little glow to me, and that's really why I don't want to set this foundation, because I don't want to lose that. I mean, that is the whole point of using it, right? So I'm going to be using the Wowder powder. This one is in the shade light medium, and don't really like this product. I mean, it's okay, but I'm kind of just using it just to get rid of it, if that makes any sense. It's not the most horrible powder ever, but I just like very fine powders. I feel like the Chanel powder just spoiled me because now I can't find anything close or remotely close to it. So that's all I've been using. So any other powder that I use is just like very disappointing to me. Yeah, so that is it. I'm going to be just doing my makeup really quick. I'm just going to fast forward this process because I think that we're all here for the foundation, so let's just go ahead and do that. I do want to say that I think it's light to medium, not medium to full coverage. It's definitely Buildable from light. When I first apply this, you can still see all my texture, you can still see all my pimples, so I think for that reason I would say light to medium, but right now it's looking kind of full coverage. I feel like I'm surprised because when I stop applying foundation, I could still kind of see my blemishes right here, but when I applied the bronzer and everything over top, it kind of like settled and now it looks very complete. Something else I want to mention is that with my dry skin, I always have to do MAC Fix Plus for the foundation and the powder to like come together and not look super cakey or just look a lot of powder in my face. With this, that didn't happen. I still use Fix Plus just because I wanted to give it a little bit more glow. I don't know what the microfill technology is and what they mean by that, but I'm definitely gonna look that up today just to become a little bit more familiar and let you guys know what I think about it and if I think it's working. As far as the claims right now, I do think it's super lightweight. It's super liquidy and runny. I do like the fact that it brings 1 fluid ounce. I did not like the fact that I had to use so much of it to get to where I'm at, but I don't think this foundation is meant for this type of finish. So I'm not really mad at it because it's kind of on my side. Everyone likes their foundations to be a different finish. I like it to be a little bit more on the full side. I definitely look like I'm a little bit glowy. I don't think I look dewy. Again, I just applied this, by the way, it is 6:30 in the morning. So I'm just going to give you guys 2 more updates throughout the day and let you guys how this is working for me. I gave you guys a close-up so you could see really how the foundation looked on my face. So I'm going to give you guys 2 more updates throughout the day and let you guys know how this is looking on me, and so far so good. Alright guys, so I didn't go home for lunch, so I wasn't able to do that check-in for you guys. I tried filming with my phone, but I had some issues trying to transfer from my phone to my computer. It just, for some reason, it's not gonna happen. Just don't know what's going on. 4 p.m. right now. I've had this on since 6:30 in the morning, so it's been 10 hours almost, and I feel like I have a pretty good idea of how I feel about this foundation. So I am going to be very tough on it. I feel like I have to give it a fair review just because of the price. I cannot get over the price of this. I feel like it's so expensive, and this is probably one of the most expensive foundation, if not the most expensive foundation I own. This is the only Armani product that I own that I've purchased. The first thing I think is really cool that it brought 1 fluid ounce. I love that it has a pump. Was not really a fan of the cap, but really love the packaging on the bottom. I feel like this part right here feels very luxurious. So as far as I can see, it brings 30 shades. I chose the shade 6.25, which matched me pretty well. I feel like in the summer it's going to be my perfect shade because it's a tiny bit too dark for me right now, but like I said, it's winter time, so I'm kind of looking just very yellowy. The undertones go neutral, warm, rosy, golden, and peachy. Oh, and they also have cool. So I really love that. You can definitely find your shade in this foundation if you're looking for it. I really like that this foundation is oil free. I feel like that's very good for people with blemishes, acne, just any kind of skin problem. And I do like the fact that it has microfill technology, which I didn't know what that was until today, but apparently that really helps with just clearing up your skin and kind of working through your acne and any scars that you might have or hyperpigmentation. Apparently it's really good for kind of clearing up your skin. From that point of view, I feel like this product is definitely worth it if you are looking to do, it's kind of like a 2-in-1 product if this is going to help with my skin issues. Let's talk about the claims. It's lightweight. It's definitely lightweight. It's very runny. You are going to use a lot of product with this if you want to build it up, but are you able to build it up? Definitely. You are definitely able to build this up from light to full coverage. I felt like it could have kept going. It was looking flawless as I was packing it on. It was not feeling heavy. It was not looking cakey. It was not not very like going into my fine lines or anything like that, and it didn't make my pores look super big from the first application. I'm gonna give you guys a close-up look so you can see how it looks after a 10-hour wear. As far as how I feel about it right now, I am definitely looking very shiny in this area and my cheeks. Again, I only set this part right here, and I feel like the powder that I used, which was the Wowder powder, kind of dried out my under eyes and it's not looking the best. But aside from that, here is looking, my pores are looking really big, and same here. It is kind of cracking a little bit around my nose because those are my problem areas, and I do feel like it's fading off and kind of, yeah, as you can see right there, like the foundation kind of rubbed off. I was wearing my glasses, so you just FYI, that might happen with you, and I feel like this is my fault because I didn't set it. If it was any normal day, I would have set it, but I just wanted to see what the natural finish was about and show you guys how it would look like if you don't set it. On a daily, that is something that I definitely do for my foundation. I always set it, especially on my T-zone. I do have dry skin, want to reiterate that, so if I'm looking this shiny, I wouldn't imagine how you would look if you had oily skin. But everything else did not move. Everything is looking how it looked this morning when I applied it. The makeup's still intact. The only parts that I have issues is right here. Not really where I have my glasses, because that's gonna happen with any foundation. Just you can't avoid that. But right here, I don't know if you can see right there, where it's rubbing off, and here. So those are the only two complaints that I have so far. I feel like my skin looks very healthy. It looks kind of glowy, and it just looks very natural, and just, I don't know, I feel like my skin can breathe, if that makes any sense, and I do have 4 full pumps of it on my skin. Do I think you need to run out and get this foundation? Maybe not. If you want to splurge, if you want to do something nice for yourself, which is what I kind of did, because this foundation came out a long time ago and I just waited this long to get it, just because I wanted to try it. Everyone's always raving about it, so I thought, why not give it a try for, you know, spring and summer. I wanted something with a little bit more, not like a matte finish, not a full coverage foundation. I wanted something more breathable, more everyday wear, and I still feel like I'm not going to be wearing this every day just because of the price point. So I'm gonna have to look for a similar foundation that can be a little bit more affordable for every day. But this is definitely something that I would definitely use for like date night or something like that. So that's it for this video, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I helped you make a decision on this foundation if you're thinking about it. As always, don't forget to subscribe below before you leave, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.